Cups, welcome or welcome back again. It's time to step into the lion's den. So today I want to do a reading on J-Hope, and just gonna see what's going on with him since his comeback, what kind of, you know, energy he has around him, what he feeling, and just, yeah, we just gonna check in on J-Hope. So what's the energy around J-Hope? Wow. We start off strong with the card for Orphaned. So, J-Hope's definitely feeling like he's in some form of, yeah, I was going to say in the bad place. Happy is out, but it's in reverse. J-Hope is definitely feeling very much abandoned and kind of left out there. What's this? Chaos and conflict also in reverse. He's feeling abandoned. He's feeling like, wow. A lot of these are falling out in reverse. And these are the oracles. I usually don't read in reverse, but I can try to see if they have, well, they have a protection message, honestly. But yeah, J-Hope's going through it. I don't think that his, I think Jack is the version of himself that he has out. I think he may be seeing or feeling like it's not being received a certain way. And it's very funny because the Orphaned also talks about a loss of identity, okay, and uncertain about your place. So there's a loss of identity, there's uncertainty about where he's at in the world, where he belongs. There is unsureness of whether he is truly accepted or would he truly be accepted if he were not hopeful. And I think the answer to that may be a response to how he feels, that he may be, his music is being received, or, you know, just how he feels the response is since showing this side of him. So there's that's around. So let me see what the protection message is for Happy. Okay. Let's see. It says, you know what's funny? Yeah, so if you think about it, like I said, J-Hope, it kind of has like a hopeful, and this is not to say in an offensive way, but like a clowny behavior, like a clown, like he's usually making all these noises and sound effects, and he's you know, loud, and he's making people laugh, and it's kind of like clown-like, which is, I think, also why he's also in a sense Jack in the Box, because Jack in the Box is also a clown. Like at least back when I was younger, the Jack in the Box was a clown. He would come out, he'd pop out, surprise you, and like, you know, it's supposed to also make you happy. So the protection message here is lighten up, because this time it's time to see through the ridiculous and the silly. But what stands out to me is it says, you know, see the world through the eyes of a clown, and don't take yourself or any situation right now too seriously. And so it makes me think with Happy in reverse is, especially right after Orphaned, is again, like I was saying before, this rejection of the darker side of him, and knowing that he's not allowed, or feeling like he's not fully allowed to express that part of himself, and that he has to drag himself out of any depression or drag himself out of any darker thoughts that he is actually experiencing, any darker emotions, and has to lighten up and pretend to be happy, because he knows that's what's preferred of him, okay? So let's go ahead and move on to Chaos and Action. So Chaos and Action also is in reverse. I'm sorry, Chaos and Conflict. Okay. Okay. So its protection message is saying that right now, for him, this is a good spot. It says this is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. And especially, again, coming back to these two cards back to back, both orphaned and happy, depression, and like that clowny happiness. It's saying at this moment for J-Hope is a perfect time for him to restore a form of balance and remind people that he is human, and to remind people that just as much as he has a bright side, he has a very dark side as well. Every living being casts a shadow, okay? And this is a perfect time for J-Hope to make that shadow part of himself very open to the public, so that he can dive in and out of these elements as he feels needed, as need be. He can dive into that darker side when he needs something to kind of like, for him to hit that spot for him, having actual deeper, darker emotions and expressing them, and then also going through the lighter ones. So this is a perfect time for him to just kind of find a balance and continue to support both sides of himself. Okay. And the last card we have out here is Why. And that is card number 31, I believe. Yeah. Also, in reverse, so protection message is sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. So basically, why in reverse is saying sometimes all of this, like all of the anything that he's basically overthinking when it comes to, or thinking very strongly about when it comes to how people are receiving Jack or receiving the darker side of himself, that him even going to that point where releasing that darker side of himself, he was led to that. He was supposed to get to this point where he's wondering which one is going to be most valued by his fans and his peers. He was led to this point deliberately because it's healthy for him, because it was something much needed for him to learn how to express and open up about and experience publicly. He was driven to this point. And it's for his greater and higher good. So, yeah, so that's what we have for this first row with J-Hope. I'm going to pull out some more oracles just to see anything else going on with him. It's crazy because, like, I think we got a lot of information from those 4 cards alone. Oh. A lot of his cards are deliberately coming out reverse. Like, and my whole deck is upright. I don't know if he's lost a lot of female fans or if this could be a particular girlfriend, this woman holding a heart. But I feel like maybe maybe a few women have stepped away from J-Hope, or like female fans have stepped or pulled back away from him because of I feel like this is either related to his image, and if it's not related to his image, in his personal life, he may have still had to step away from someone that he was with. We have Journey in reverse here. No, it's fans, because I feel like there's a few fans that he's noticed that are unwilling to travel this journey with him of like his different side. I feel like there are comments also made about like him doing stuff for shock value, or trying too hard. Like, I feel like there's like, I don't know, but J-Hope is making the right decision. Like, I think that I personally also like his darker stuff so far. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely was, when More came out, I was not feeling it. I was like, okay, well, I can't really rock with this. I was super excited to see kind of BTS. Y'all know my story with BTS. But come back with real music, like real music. And I wasn't feeling More at first. I was like, oh, okay, I couldn't finish the video. But then I just listened to it and I kind of got addicted to it. And then Arson came out. I love Arson. And then I didn't get to finish the whole album, but I started to listen to the album, and the album sounds really good. It's definitely my style. It's very 90s hip-hop, old school hip-hop. So I ended up feeling it. At first I wasn't really there for it, but I'm definitely here for it now. So I could see if there were a lot of people who weren't really feeling the music, a lot of fans who drifted away because they were not here for this type of album. But anyway, I digress because I'm rambling. But either way, like the previous card said, this is a good thing for J-Hope. This new image is something that he should continue to work with and continue to play on. It will work to his advantage, at least financially, and just career-wise, business-wise in general. Now, there is something at some point where he could run into trouble. It's a 50-50 chance. It is a 50-50 chance that J-Hope is going to run into some shit. So he needs to be careful with how dark he wants to go, or careful with what kind of imagery he wants to pursue. I mean, like, he wants to display. And also careful with faux deepness. So he needs to be very careful with, like, kind of, I guess, speaking on subjects that don't really apply to him personally. So just, you know, it's certain things that he just needs to be careful, a little cautious about. Because, again, there's a 50-50 chance that he can get pretty much, like, reamed. Like, if he says something that upsets some people. Lastly, I'm just going to use my tarot and just check in on, you know, what's next for J-Hope. I will be using my Wild Woods Tarot. Okay, what's next for J-Hope? If you're gonna come out, come out. Okay, this way. Alrighty. What sign is J-Hope? Is he an air sign? Yeah, no, they're like in the past, like, of course, before he definitely had a nice balance. He should have a nice balance, either way, past, future. He should have a nice balance, or continue to rebalance. He's going to have to be a lot stronger this time. He's going to have to be a lot stronger this time. He doesn't need to give up so easily, but there does seem to be a thing where J-Hope will kind of talk to himself a little crazy and down himself where he doesn't need to. Once again, it's still showing me that, you know, he needs to slow down a little bit, because there can be certain things that he may rush into or say and it just doesn't come off right. It doesn't, you know, translate well. It's just not what he needed to say or do at that time. So he just needs to be careful with his way of expressing himself. He needs to just be cautious and double or triple check it just to be on the safe side. If he can do that, then, you know, J-Hope's going to be fine. He's still going to gain a lot of fans, or a lot of new fans who are going to really appreciate and like this style that he's got going on now. Yeah, it's like he's going to meet other people who are into that kind of darker rap that he's going for right now. So, like I said, J-Hope just needs to be careful, and if he can overcome this one hurdle, which is where he may potentially mess up socially, mess up saying something, which I've been seeing before for BTS. If he can just be careful and not do that, Like I said, it's a 50-50 chance that he will and a 50-50 chance that he won't. So if he can do that, he'll be perfectly fine. He's going to find that his type of music that he's expressing himself with now is accepted. He doesn't have to, you know, worry too much about losing every fan or something like that. Like, he just needs to wait it out and be patient. But yes, that's what I have for J-Hope. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check out my Twitter and check out my Patreon. If you want to get a reading like this for yourself or your favorite idol or celebrity, I have many tiers. Lots of videos available for just $6. You get access to a whole lot more than that's available currently on YouTube. So, I hope you check it out, and I hope to see you guys again next time in the Lion's Den. Bye!